here with Talbot Ryber, owner of Talbot's Taproom and Terrace, our Mercer Area Chamber Biz of the Week. Good morning, Talbot.
How's it going, Dottie?
Good.
Good. Let's come in and check the restaurant out.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. So you walk into the bar, people will probably know the restaurant from Benjamin's or Slagle's. This is the dining room I have on the right-hand side. It seats about 40 people, 6 booths. We can accommodate parties of up to 12 in this room, at one table at least, and then maybe 20. If not, I have some space in the other room for groups. A lot of the artwork is a gentleman named Banksy from England. He's been doing street art since the early 80s, and nobody knows who he is, so it's kind of a cool allure to some of the artwork that we have in here.
Yes.
Moving back into the tap room, so I completely tore everything out of this and started from scratch besides the bar. The bar is what I left. We did custom shelving, we did custom epoxy here, custom epoxy on the walls, some neat artwork, some climbing men and women on the walls, just so that you have to look around and notice what's going on a little bit.
Right.
Try to make it as relaxing as possible.
It's beautiful.
Then we can make it over to the other dining room whenever.
Okay, go ahead.
And this dining room seats about 34, 36. Once again, it's a lot of artwork. This room is a lot brighter than the other room. That room was a little monochromatic. There's more Banksy artwork over here. This, we can accommodate a party of probably 18 or so, possibly others if we put you at tables not with each other. And if you come around this way, Dottie, up on this wall I have some, they're called paper trophies. So I was never a hunter, so this was my this was my moose head or deer head, just a little artistic take on it. And I thought that little kids would like it, where I came to realize since we opened that everybody likes it. Everyone asks questions about them, so I'm glad. You have to put them all together. They're just little pieces. I certainly did not have the patience to do so I paid a couple of my friends, but it ended up really good.
They look great. This room is just gorgeous.
Thank you. Our attempt was to make everybody comfortable. We just want people to relax. It's nothing corporate about this place at all. You're not going to see prices up. We really want you to come in, have a good time, sit down. We're not going to kick you out. You can hang out here for a couple hours if you would like. We're not greedy.
All right, very good. Albert, can you tell us how you became involved in the restaurant business?
I can, but let me break this for 1 second. My chef, Rob Morris, is going to bring out first some brie, which is an appetizer that we serve here. So we'll break this up a little bit with some food.
That looks delicious.
So we try to focus on, presentation for certain. It certainly doesn't make anything more expensive, but we do know that you take the first bite with your eyes. So
absolutely.
That's why we do some of the things that we do. And Rob did this one really sweet.
Yeah, looks very good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
My pleasure.
So as far as the restaurant business, for me, it's been in my family for a long time. My father's been in it since the mid-70s. And I actually went to college and thought that I wanted to be in medicine, and then I realized that I don't even like blood, which didn't lead me to do too much more in medicine. And then I realized that I have a passion for the business, and then so we just kept going with it, and I became involved in Butler with my family, and the business did very well in Butler. So then we thought we had a chance to do another one, and then Mercer is where the location ended up being.
All right, very good. So when you were deciding to open, what were some of your inspirations as far as what you wanted the restaurant to be like?
Well, the cool thing about that was the process, takes a long time. So I had a long time to think about it and whatnot, and then to design, this bar more so. I knew that, not everybody likes to walk into a bar, but here you have to because of the logistics of it. So I wanted to make everything as comfortable and welcoming and warm as possible. Um, so that's just where we started there, and then we would go from there and make a menu that was, priced for the area that we thought that would appeal to the most amount of people. And then we're going to change, we would like to change 3 to 4 times a year to keep everything fresh, keep ideas fresh. Um, Rob has a lot of great ideas. He does a lot of things that, I've cooked for a long time as well, and my knowledge is not nearly where his is, and things he can do with vegetables and fruits are really good. So we like the idea of being able to change and being fluid.
All right, very good. Well, for those that don't know, can you tell us what your hours of operation are here at Talbot's Taproom and Terrace?
Sure. So every day we open at 11. The kitchen then closes at 9 Sunday through Thursday, and 10 o'clock Friday and Saturday. And then the bar is open later than that. We don't necessarily have a formal time of close right now. We're still trying to figure some things out, but the bar is certainly open later than 9.
Okay. All right. And can you tell us how many staff you have here at the restaurant?
So when we started, we probably had 40, maybe a little bit more. And we needed every single one of those people because the first month was a little crazier than maybe we had even thought it may be. But that was good. We made it through, and my goal was to make sure that we didn't upset anybody throughout the whole month, because that was important for people to know that we knew what we were doing. And since then, we've reduced a little bit. I think we'll probably run with somewhere around 20 employees or so.
Okay. All right. Now, you said that you're going to change the menu maybe several times throughout the year, but from week to week, how does that work with you and how you decide what it is your specials and so forth are going to be?
Well, every day we have daily specials. So we
Okay.
have daily lunch specials, we have daily dinner specials, and then and those change daily. But for the specials that we get ready for the weekend, we start that on Monday morning.
Okay.
When Rob, myself, my father, and a gentleman named Rich Leach will sit down together and we'll go over, what the ideas are as far as, what's priced the right way that week, where the fresh fish is, what some prices on some beef are, and then we put those together, and then we try to execute those dishes from Monday morning until we have them ready to start for specials on Fridays.
Okay. Now, can you tell me what craft beers you carry here and how often those change?
Yeah, so that's a big part of what we wanted to do here, and there's literally thousands of craft breweries, independent, small breweries that we would like to support in opposition of larger corporate ones, because the larger corporate ones may already have plenty of money. So what we try to do is we have 12 taps, so on 4 we keep them the same always. So we have Prosecco, which is an Italian champagne that we always have on tap, which is cool because not a lot of places have that. We have Icy Light, Yangling, and Miller Lite. And then the other set of taps, there's 8 of them, and they continually rotate. So at night, we hope to never have the same one in a year, and with as many breweries as there are out there, that's probably pretty easy to do.
Okay. Now, for those of us who don't know, can you tell me what a taproom takeover is?
Yes, so we were fortunate enough to have one a couple weeks ago. Beer company from Philadelphia, Evil Genius. So basically what you do is you take maybe 3, 4, depending on how many products you would like from a company, and you take off what you have on tap and you put a lot of theirs on tap, and it's a good way to cross promote your business and their business. People seem to like it. You give away some things. Everybody likes something for free. So yeah, tap takeover is pretty simple, but they're effective and they're a good time.
And then do you decide from there if something's a big hit, you maybe add that to what you already carry?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not, because of what we like to do with rotating the crafts as much as we do. Maybe next year it may come on, or if we had missed it for that year. We don't have as much space here as we do in Butler, so we're not able to carry the same amount of craft bottles. But yeah, and if people like things and they come in and they're going to come here, I'll order anything just as long as you know, just as
Exactly.
long as it's gonna sell. That's fine with us.
Yes. Now, can you tell us, do you have special events throughout the year? Do you have things that are planned, upcoming?
Well, I mean, so we're doing an event on, what's the date, Dottie? October 18th?
19th.
19th.
19th, yes.
So, yeah, we're doing in a few events. So some foodie fests, some things to get our name out into the public. So that's not necessarily on premise.
Right.
But to get our name out there. So we're doing a couple of things in Mercer. We're going to do a couple of things in Grove City. But we are open to looking at to do wine and dines and some things like that here. But we want to get a good feel for, what's going on first before we, would dedicate, and it's hard, for me to take reservations for here. When we first started, it was so busy and there were so many, and I didn't know exactly how much room we had per se for tables. So I'm still learning every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, tell me what you are doing with Steelers football this year.
So on Steelers Sundays, during all the games, we will serve dollar Icy Light and Iron City bottles, and free food at halftime. So the free food at halftime is going to be what we decide to serve. We promise there will be enough for every person that's here, and it's just a benefit of a thank you for coming to watch the games here.
Very good. Now, do you have future plans for Talbot's Taproom and Terrace as far as any additions possibly?
Yeah, so I'm sure some people that have came have said, "Where's the Terrace?" I'm still, working on that. So the Terrace. So when I bought this, I also bought 8 acres of land. So I've got a lot of room out back to, to fill up with things that I believe that will bring people in, and it can be more of a destination. So we plan to add another room, which will be indoor, outdoor, somewhat with some of the windows and how we do that. Outdoor seating, some bocce courts, and then we'll continually keep moving to update that all outside. And we're excited about that. And I had just emailed the Dan Franis from Franis Architecture this morning from Elwood City about going through the next step of the design. So that's in the works. And then as far as some of the work, Wilson Lumber out of New Wilmington, they have a deck division, so we stayed local, and I think that they're going to help us build some of that outdoor area.
Very good. So, can you tell us, as the owner here, what does a day look like for you?
Yeah, and I laugh because it's something that I'm still learning, and I had this conversation with my father the other day that, what's the difference between what I did at W. Ricks, which is, straight up family business, to what I do now. Well, W. Ricks was my mother would do the drawers, my father would pay all the bills, I would do all the hiring and firing and staffing and ordering the beer and whatever I did as the general manager, and then my sister was heavily involved as well, so then she had her own portion. So in opposition to that, now this place, it's just me. So my day is, if I have, I want to get this work done between 8 and 9, sometimes it's 4:30 and I still need it to be 9 a.m. But that's okay. I mean, I really like this business a lot, and if I didn't, I certainly wouldn't have. I certainly wouldn't have taken this chance, because W. Ricks was very good. It was a well-oiled machine, and since I did, and I wanted to do some things and reach out to different people. For me, I took a chance to do something like this, and I certainly there's never been a day that I'm not excited when I get up to come into work. I know that may sound cliche, however, it's not.
Good. That is what it's all about.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us who has been your greatest inspiration?
Yeah. So, without a doubt, it's my father. He's been doing this since the mid '70s. As a little kid, when my dad wasn't around, I really didn't understand why, but as a kid, you may not. And then and he was doing a lot of different things, opening different places and whatnot. He was opening 2 at one time. in the mid 80s. So he actually went and stayed in a hotel for 6 months with a couple other guys that he was opening it with. And then as soon as I opened this and realized what, I knew that I was going to work a lot, but the hours, but then I realized that where my dad was, he was working for our family, so we could, do what we wanted to do, or so it was great. It was always for family, and that's kind of the same way that I've taken from him. What I do is, to keep my brain stimulated, to do something like this that's new, but also, everything I have in mind is for my family.
Absolutely. Now, you've been open since May
1st.
May 1st, okay. So this is sort of a question. You've had a short period of time here, but what has been one of your most satisfying moments since opening Talbot's Taproom and Terrace?
On a daily basis, when I get a chance to talk to customers and, they're influenced by, their meal and their time here, that's why I do this. I don't do it for, accolades or, I do it to talk to real people that want to come in and have a good time, and they were excited about a dish or excited about a beer or excited about anything, and then I get to speak to them about that. The artwork that I have that has led me into a lot of conversations that I've learned a lot from some of the things that I owned, and I didn't know about, because people, it's great, a melting pot of people. Everybody has a different area of expertise, so to speak. So it's a learning experience every day. But I like people, I like the business, so it makes everything a little bit rewarding.
All right. So can you tell me what Talbot does when he's not at Talbot's Taproom and Terrace?
Well, typically before this year, I play a lot of golf. However, I took a sabbatical for the year 2017 because there's no time, and I want to make sure that this goes the right way, because it's so hard to make a business consistent. And so if I'm not around all the time, no matter how good my employees are, and my employees are fantastic. It's been a great part of this business. I've been fortunate to hire some people that had great positions in other companies that they just liked the idea, and some people that I've known for a long time. The logistics didn't work for me in Butler, but now they work for me in MERCER. So that's been great. So back to it. I love to play golf. I haven't done that very much this year. I play a little bit of basketball, but that's not anything compared to golf. I play a lot of golf, but maybe next year.
Okay. All right. Well, before we close, is there anything else that you would like us to know about Talbot's Taproom and Terrace?
I mean, the general concept that we have of the business is, I want people to come in and know that they're going to get value for what they spend. I don't want anybody to walk out of here hungry, so we make our portions big enough so we're capable of that. We're not greedy. I don't price things outrageously to make a certain profit percentage. I do it so the business can stay afloat, and in time, obviously it's a business. I would like to make some money. There's no doubt about that. But Rob is bringing up another a salad. So
Tenley salad.
So Tenley is one of my two daughters. Just that this is one of a few options for salads that you have when you come here. Pickled red onions, feta cheese. Want to just grab the crab cake and bring it up now. Strawberries, balsamic vinaigrette, fresh field greens. We have a great produce purveyor, Cerna and Sons out of Ravenna, Ohio. So we get produce 4 times a week. So everything is as fresh as it looks there. It's not just a salad that we made specially for this. It just right out of the cooler.
I can attest to that. I had this salad when we did the ribbon cutting here, and it is delicious.
And I wish that I could say that my youngest daughter Tenley eats this, but not quite at 2. Not quite at 2. Yeah.
This is one of our signatures. It's our crab cake. It has a little tartar.
Looks delicious.
So we, as much jumbo lump as you can put in there, very little filler. This is a family recipe from, I believe, a great grandmother of mine that we've always kept the same. We take the salty component out of there by not using breadcrumbs. I won't tell you what we do use.
There's like 5 ingredients in it.
Yeah, it's simple, but simple ends up being very good.
All right, well, thank you so much for showing us the dishes, and we so appreciate you letting us come in and look around and learn more about your business, and we're so excited that Talbot's Taproom and Terrace is our Mercer Area Chamber Biz of the Week. Thank you, Talbot.
Thank you, Dottie. I appreciate it.